may remember the last time I was here, the flag atop the Doyle Hotel was in extremely bad shape, and they've updated it. It's a new flag. Very happy. I know you probably want to see pictures of trees and valleys and rivers, but 3B ice cream is definitely recommended too. Oh, good morning. Today's Saturday. Had a good night's rest at kind of outdoorsy. It's a great hostel to stay at. It was only $25. Met a lot of people, again, the same people I met up at back at Darlington Shelter, and yeah, hooked up, made a bond with several of them. We went to The Pub, that's the name of the place, The Pub, for dinner, and it's a great place. They got all the beer and wine and whatever you might need. It's also got all the pub food, all the normal burgers, and I had a chili with jalapenos in it and onions, and you know that I like spicy food, so that went over real well with me. And had breakfast this morning with RP, Spot, and Root. And yeah, probably spent an hour. Breakfast took 10 minutes to eat, of course. Probably spent an hour just sitting around talking and chatting. And Spot is nursing some injuries, but I let him do that. He's 72 and hiked the trail several times. RP is carrying his son's ashes. I'm gonna start crying. RP is carrying his son's ashes to Kungsleden. So you just can't imagine the horror of that. And Spot shared with us too that he lost a daughter to brain cancer when she was 29, and this is just horror that you can't imagine. But they're out here living their life and getting on day to day and somehow moving forward. I don't know how they do it. So, but my rose from yesterday was really meeting all those people, get to stay at kind of outdoorsy again, and dinner, and a whole mess of roses going on. Buds, I'm not looking forward to the climb today, going north out of Duncannon, but I am looking toward being up on top and making my way forward to either the next shelter or maybe the Peter's shelter. Just depends on what I feel like today. I got plenty of extra food and plenty of time. I'm a day and a half ahead of schedule already, and I just started 2 days ago. The only thorn from yesterday was the long climb down into Duncannon. It was more than an hour of down, and I am not complaining about the trail maintainers and the people who designed this and build it. They do a great job and they do a lot of work. Can't imagine moving those heavy stones. Have to weigh hundreds and hundreds of pounds each. The steps down were pretty big, so each one I had to contemplate and carefully lower one leg down and then bring the other one. It wasn't short little steps where you get your heart rate up because you're just taking them away step, 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 step. These were look at it, pause, step down. Okay, I survived that step down. Now let's look at the next one. And that was a good hour of doing that. And everybody was talking about that. Going southbound out of town, it would have been quite a challenge. So roses, buds, thorns, yeah, it's been a great time. I'm feeling good, a little sore, but not bad at all. So hopefully there's a view, at least one view along the way up. And so I'll probably take a pause there and come back at you. Well, I've got a decision to make here. As you've seen in previous videos, I'm not a purist. I am hiking the Appalachian Trail, but if I were ever to hike the whole thing, I would never say that I hiked the whole thing. I would say I hiked it in sections. I'm okay taking shortcuts sometimes. A Blue Blaze is okay. I'm here for the experience. If I were to ever hike the entire Appalachian Trail and then claim that I did a through hike, I'd like to start in Georgia, finish on Kungsleden. Maybe a flip-flop, I guess I'm okay with that. But until then, I'm a section hiker. So here I've got a choice. I can cut a mile off, but I'm pretty sure if I had a decent topo, it would tell me that this shortcut is a lot steeper. And also it doesn't have a beautiful view. And I haven't decided yet, am I gonna take a left turn here and go up the hill and cut a mile off, or I'm gonna go straight, enjoy the true Appalachian Trail. It's a little after 10 a.m. in the morning. The next shelter is at Clark's Ferry, I think, is a couple miles. You know, if you take a shortcut, it's a mile closer. But I've actually probably got enough time today to take the long way and still make it to is it Ferry Mountain Shelter, I think is the next one north. And I wonder if I shouldn't do that. And so I guess I'll let you know. Right now I still got to figure it out. Well, the decision has been made. I brought up Gaia and I was looking at the topo for the two trails. Far Out won't show you necessarily all the details of all the side trails, but Gaia will pull all that information in usually. This side trail Far Out does know about. I wanted to get a good look at the contour lines. And yeah, both the long version of this option and the short one, they both have some closely spaced topo lines, or contour lines. So there's some steep in both of them. I decided to go the longer route. I get a view out of that, and I actually have plenty of time to enjoy the day. So I'm gonna enjoy the day. So that's what I'm gonna do. I sure hope that's not a mistake. I want to share the beautiful trail with you. Just came through a short section, eighth of a mile, maybe a quarter mile, I don't think so, of rock scrambles, having to let your foot down over a blind edge to find a foothold, hopefully on a solid rock. And that isn't as much fun as this. So this is the part I'm going to share. Well, I'm glad I took the long way around. Here's where the Susquehanna Trail comes in, and I enjoyed the hike. I'm glad I went that way. And we just got a little bit left to Clark's Ferry. Yeah. Far Out says that there's a lot of tent spaces up near the AT, and that's where we are right now, at the top of the Blue Blaze, going down to Clark's Ferry Shelter. And there really is pretty much flat or just a slight incline to it. That's what I like, just a slight incline, have my head a little bit higher than my feet. Oh, made it to Clark's Ferry Shelter. I should have checked what time it is, but by noon at least it wasn't bad. So you look over here and you check out the bulletin board for all the information, critical information here. Always check out the bulletin board. It's actually kind of beautiful here. I haven't checked, but some other hikers told me that there's really no place to put up your tent here. It kind of looks like that, a little bit steep and lots of small trees. It's still real nice and quiet here. I might stay here for the afternoon, or I might move on. I'm gonna take a break and see what happens. All right, I found the bear box. So there's the back of the shelter. You can see the Clark's Ferry shelter sign on the right side of the shelter. So come back up the hill. There's the trail. You end up coming right through here. And guess what? Help me if you can understand this. I'm a little confused. "20 feet away at most." I don't get it. I'm thinking, here's a tree, it goes up. Pretty much a lone branch out there. I think that's a place to hang the food bag. I can get a long way away from the trunk and way over where I can reach. I'm the same size as a bear. So that's going to be my attempt. That's where my food bag will go. There is a thing far out that says there's a bear canister near here someplace, but I sure haven't been able to find it.
Raisinets and all that stuff, and we just conveyor belted the whole thing in my mom's kitchen, and then we had it all organized in each of the 10 boxes. Like I knew from this point to this point it's going to take me 6 days, so we need 6 of these and